Well, since I wasn't here last week, started off with a happy fucking birthday to me. How about that, bitch?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
How old are you now, you old bastard?
29 2.0.
Wow. I remember when I was 29.
I'm 30. I'm 29 2.0.
Wow, 30, man. It's crazy. Good.
I am not 35.
In defense of Hector, he really is not 35. He is 30.
Look at his man. He's like, mad as hell. I'm not 35. 35.
Give my heart meds.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Breaking Down the Tape. All is right with the world. We have Hector back. I mean, we have Chaz, which is a downer, but we have Hector back, which is the important part.
Yes. Bear down, baby.
Yes. Oh, it's great to be back. I am now 29 2.0, like I have stated before.
He's 30.
And welcome back, Chaz. It's been a long time coming.
Yes, it has been a long time, and I'm happy to be here, gentlemen, to talk shit about the Bears.
And you know what? Cutting to the chase, that's exactly what we'll be doing today. Hector's going to take us around the world of sports. We'll get to some trivia, and I will apologize now and later. I did not go back through 2 to 3 weeks worth of content to even remember what the trivia question was originally. So we'll just mark that up to a draw, and we'll go on forward with the new trivia. And then we'll spend the rest of this time shit talking the Bears and figuring out how Chaz feels about how they did last season and what we're doing moving forward.
Yes, definitely. Let's get into that when you're ready.
Hector, take us around the world of sports, brother.
All right, guys. It's been a while. It's great to be back. And quick around the world of sports. It's been a wild one for this weekend and the last couple of weeks since I've been gone. Saturday.
And it all goes to shit.
I know, right? I was like, damn, there's so much to talk about.
My God.
Saturday in the MMA, everybody saw Masvidal, Covington, the best friends that finally hated each other because one wanted to be a top, one wanted to be a bottom, and they couldn't figure it out. So finally, it was figured out, and Masvidal is the bottom.
Quite literally, actually. That's a great reference to how the fight was actually won as well. Because Colby took him down to the ground and beat him while he was on the bottom.
I mean, it's a good matchup between both of them because they both know how each other fight. I mean, they were best friends who became enemies, roommates, the whole deal. Everybody knows the whole deal between them and the little feud. But everybody knew that Masvidal is a straight stand-up, throw the hands, and if I lose is by not having better hands than the other guy.
Right.
Covington had the upper hand with the takedowns and the wrestling background, and Masvidal had no answer for that.
Nothing. He had zero.
Yeah.
It was terrible. It reminded me of Conor versus what's his name? Jesus Christ, give me his name. The Eagle.
Oh, Khabib.
Khabib, yeah, Khabib. It reminded me of that. All he did was take Conor down, whoop his ass over and over again. And you know what? RIP to Drake's pocket, $275,000 he put on freaking him.
Yes. And it's funny that you said Khabib. So congratulations to Khabib. He gets inducted into the Hall of Fame.
That too.
That night too. Everything gets taken away from Masvidal. The fame, the fortune, everything.
Yeah.
Shout out to Khabib for that, but did you say RIP to Drake's wallet over $200,000+?
Drake
that's pocket change. That's pocket change. Yeah. That ain't nothing in his wallet.
That's my career.
Masvidal did reach out to Drake and said, "My bad, dinner's on me."
Oh, it better be an expensive ass dinner.
Yeah. Well, no, it better be McDonald's. He's just hurting his pocket, man. He just you got to pay the medical bills.
Facts.
Drake has this new thing about just putting bets on and recording it now, so it's like he plays himself every time.
That.
It's like, all right, man, $275,000 on Masvidal of all people. Come on, I knew that was gonna go one way. I already know Kobe is just a murderer, man, and he's gonna kill Dustin Poirier, man. When that fight happens.
So I feel like with Masvidal, as great as a fighter he is, kind of how like Mikey said it, there's levels to this shit. And like he hit his peak at one point.
Yep.
But I think when he went against Khabib, like it demoralized him. Because Khabib, like wait, did he fight Khabib?
No, he didn't fight Khabib. He fought
McGregor.
Are you talking about
Usman?
Usman.
When he lost to Usman, it kind of demoralized him. Like
same difference, so it's fine.
You know what I mean? Like after that, he's lost. Masvidal, I think, lost his last 3 fights now.
Yep, he got fucked up every time.
I feel like you kind of see that with fighters, though. There's that one key fight, and that's what you point at, and then it's all downhill.
And just like how I messed it up right now, Khabib fought McGregor. After McGregor fought Khabib and Khabib whooped that ass, McGregor was never the same.
Nope, disappeared into oblivion. Holly Holmes and Ronda Rousey. Holly Holm knocked their ass out, and then Ronda was never the same again. Yeah, you get that one like signature loss, and then it's curtains.
Well, Masvidal just had a really good year that year, right? He had 3 straight wins. He knocked out Ben Askren crazy. That was the crazy. He had the cover of the game. He was just all hype. Everybody wanted to be around him. He was talking mad shit, and then, like you said, fought a real fighter, and that's it, landslide. And I don't think he's gonna. If he fights again, it's gonna be some BS fight. But I don't think they should give him another shot. I think he's done. He's older.
Like,
I mean, he's been fighting forever.
Yeah, he's 37 and he's 35 and 16. Yep. Like the man took 16 L's.
And he made the most money of that card. You know, that's not crazy. He made the most money. Yeah, by $500,000. He made more than Kobe. He made 1.57, I think it is, something like that. Million.
I wish I could take an L and make 1.
That's what Mikey said.
Shit.
Shooting over to the next topic is the MLB. 2 things right here. I don't know if anyone noticed. Derek Jeter stepped down as CEO and chairman and sold his 4% shares of the Marlins.
Damn.
And now stepped away completely.
I saw that. And I don't know if it's just like baseball Twitter finding nothing better to talk about. I also saw some obscure rumors that number 2 might be in pinstripes again, and that there's something to this. Now,
everyone's thinking that too. Everyone's thinking, he gives up his shares and everything, and he also gave away Stanton for free, and all these, it's all speculations and stuff like that, and conspiracy theories. But
I got nothing.
It's true though. Like, what better to do than to be a part of the organization that was your career, was your life?
Yeah,
like, it's on. I said it from the get-go. The minute he was retiring, I was like, he needs to be part owner, and I don't care what it is, from front office down to third base or first baseman coach. He needs to be in pinstripes. Do something for them.
Player development, something.
But even if he doesn't, man, I'll be honest. Like, I know I'm a Mets fan. I'm gonna talk shit, but I think the Mets should try to go for him. Try to get him to something to do for the Mets, because I mean they need a lifeline over there. Get something new, fresh into the stadium. How cool would that be for Derek Jeter, part owner of the Mets, or something to help over there? Even if the Yankees don't get him, right? Let's say the Yankees don't offer him anything, because if the Yankees offer him something, it's a wrap. He's going to the Yankees. He'll be there for life. He might be a coach. I think he's going to be the Yankees coach one day, to be honest with you. But for now, I think the Mets should try. I would. I mean, why not? You ain't gonna lose.
If you're the Mets, you definitely fucking try. I mean, you have to. But I don't know if, like, as a Yankees fan, it seems dirty.
So,
it does.
I had an interesting conversation the other day with someone about that too, and it's I don't see Derek Jeter as a manager for the Yankees because I don't see him with that fire to go at it when you need to go at it with an ump.
Also true. I can see that.
Have you guys ever seen him snap?
Really good players coach.
Derek Jeter, I've watched Derek Jeter my entire life. I've never seen Derek Jeter. I maybe twice get into a heated discussion with an ump.
Yeah, but see,
and half the time you see him in the heated discussion, it looks like he's apologizing at the same time.
Exactly. Just look at the way you call it, a heated discussion. If it was any other coach, you'd call it an argument. Like, you can't even call it an argument because of how level-headed this man is. So, yeah, I guess to your point, you're not gonna get, but do you? If he is that good of a coach, do you need that side of it out of him? I don't know.
Hey man, I honestly there has to be truth to some of those rumors, man. He must have been feeding the Yankees thing because there was things that were happening over there, and I was like, man, it really seems like he's giving the Yankees like everything they need. It was like, there's something there. You never know, but I mean, it looks crazy. I've been hearing these rumors for years.
Clear up. It looked like he was giving shit up, but he cleared up cap space and debt for the Marlins. He let the Yankees literally eat debt for the Marlins so that they weren't in debt.
That's true.
Also fair.
That's true.
But I mean, it's not all going to matter because we're not getting baseball. So
yeah. You think it's a wrap for this season? Be honest.
Speaking of, that was the other topic of was the MLB lockout and what's going on. As of right now, they canceled the first 2 series of the season. They came to terms with a few things. MLB wants a pitch count of 14 to 19 seconds. They're back and forth with some deals. I actually have
they wanted like bigger bases. What the fuck else?
They were gonna go for
ifs.
Bigger bases. I think they agreed with some type of the money that a reduction $5 million for pre-arbitration pools. Yeah. But as of right now, they don't know what the hell's going on with the start of the season.
I think baseball is too long to say we're not getting a season right now. You know what I mean? Like, canceling April. Like, okay, opening day, right, is fantastic. Stadiums are filled. Everybody goes. But after opening day, like, April and May are, like, the biggest losses for owners. So I don't find it shocking that they're all too happy to cancel the biggest loss of their season. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But honestly, dude, you know what? You say that now, but I think this season might have been that season that April, May might have been good because everyone wants to get out now. Everybody's able to just be comfortable and be
all
like,
the bans are lifted.
I've never been so like I want to go to a game so fucking bad because the last 2 years I haven't been able to go. So I want to bring Liam. I want to bring him. You know, I want to have that feeling of going to as many games as I can. And you know, the Mets tickets ain't that expensive. Let's be honest. You know, so and they always give them away for free. So it's like, you know, say they come to the malls. Please come to the games, man. Just want to go to a free game.
Here's a free beer on us.
I'll never say no to a free game.
Yeah, for real. And it's an experience. But I think this year would be that whoosh they need. And then after that, I'll go back to normal. But I think that everybody will probably be packing the stadium as much as they can, especially Yankee Stadium.
I think right now, especially with games being canceled, because it is going to be a shortened season no matter what now.
Oh, yeah.
It's good publicity.
The MLB and the ownership and all that, they're going to be a lot more lenient in some of the shit that they were so strict on the last, maybe decade. Like right now, they said they're not testing for steroids.
Which I cannot wait to see the nukes that are gonna get fucking launched if we get a baseball season.
They need to make up for the. You know what they're doing? They need to make up for the money they're losing right now.
Yep.
No matter how rich these fucking billion and trillionaires are, they're more mad when they're not making money because this is costing them money.
But it's their own damn fault. And to Chaz's point, you said real quick, it's good publicity. I disagree. I think this is shit publicity, especially now in the digital age. I follow a couple of MLB agents who are just airing every ounce of dirty laundry. It is not a good look for the MLB. Like we can't bat flip, you can't point, you can't take too long. Like you can't have fun. The MLB is becoming the NFL, the no fun league, right?
Yep.
And then we get all of that criticism for years, and now we get an MLB lockout, and it really is over whether the owners want to pay people or not. And I think it's a shit look. And I think baseball needs to turn around and do something. Like the big savior, I genuinely think, will be steroided players this year, fucking launching ungodly nukes into the stratosphere. You know, it's going to be like the saviors of this game are Tatis Jr. and Mike Trout, fucking launching nukes and throwing their bat almost directly at the fucking pitcher. Like, baseball has one savior, and it needs to be letting these kids play ball and have fun. Otherwise, they're dead.
So you're just saying, juice them up.
Oh, that's what they're going to be this year. They can't test halfway through the season. So this year they're going to be juiced up. I cannot wait to see 120-mile-an-hour fastball. I cannot wait to see an 800-foot home run. I just want to see like absolute dumb shit.
Yeah. What's the things they're fighting for? They're fighting for pay, and then all the bat flips and all that stuff. Is all that stuff included? All that.
Well, there's like pay for the minor league guys, pay for arbitrating guys in arbitration, taxes, the taxes that players got to pay and the owners got to pay.
Right.
And then rules within the game, like the universal DH, bigger bases, a pitch count, mechanic umpires, all types of shit.
The bat flips and stuff, that's more of the unwritten rules of like old white baseball where you can't have, for lack of a more eloquent way to put it, the colored kids having fun. You know what I mean? I know that sounds like a fucked up way to put it, but that's where it comes from, right? Like, so those are those things that have just killed the game, though. Then after it's dying and declining, and then you have like the gut punch. We're not letting anybody have any fun, and now we're gonna argue over money when we're all millionaires and billionaires. Like shit. Look.
Well, I think they could do it, man. The NFL did it. The NFL now lets you celebrate your touchdowns now, which is great. Before it was trash. It was like, oh, well, I'm gonna get fined. I'm gonna get fined if I dunk the basketball. Dunk the football. So it's like,
and that's something I said on TikTok. I want to see team coordinated celebrations. I want to see, like potato sack races around the bases. I want to see coming home to like fucking organized dancing. Like I want Menace League baseball. As I said this on TikTok, I want the MLB to become Menace League baseball. I want pitchers. I want Joe Kelly to be the standard for pitchers. I want you to fucking strike somebody out and point them as they walk back to the dugout. I want to fucking hit a home run and chuck the bat at the pitcher. I want Menace League baseball. God damn it.
He's looking for MLB slugfest.
Amen. Give me all the team celebrations. I want them as corny and cheesy as possible. Facts. I want it all.
Hopefully we get it, man. I really hope this whole thing works out.
Hopefully we get something.
Awesome, guys. Awesome. That's around the world of sports for us. Stay tuned for the shitting on the Bears.
And we are back with our trivia question of the week. Like I apologized before, I am far too lazy this late at night, not having a day off in a month, to go all the way back through 3 weeks of social media to find you your questions. So let's assume everybody won, because that's the kind of thing that we're doing these days.
Facts.
Before we get into the trivia question, time to pay some bills, give you my best Vanna White of Aviation American Gin, our liquor sponsors. So go ahead and drink that. By the way, found that I have a full bottle of that in my liquor cabinet. Who knew? But I'm super excited. So time to pick me up some tonic for some gin and tonics. And we do all this through StreamYard. So you can find in our link tree a StreamYard referral code. Click that. It helps us and helps you. So definitely get on StreamYard if you want your opinions heard. Wherever you want them heard. You can live stream, you can record, download those audio recordings, video recordings. Shit, we'll even loan you sleeping and dancing Hector in the background if you want. All right. So this week's trivia question does not have to do with Calvin Ridley. I do apologize for disappointment. But what city has hosted the most Super Bowls?
Indianapolis?
I mean, I'm not going to tell you right now. I'll tell you in a minute.
No.
Hector, you got one for me? I guess I should look this way.
Hold on.
Let me go get the Googles real quick.
I hear him typing.
Christy's in the background.
What is it, Dylan?
Most Super Bowls, I'm gonna say.
Wait, can I change mine? Can I
Sure.
change mine? Tampa Bay.
All right, so we got Tampa Bay.
I was thinking Tampa Bay too, or I was gonna go with Miami.
Final answer?
I'm gonna go with Indianapolis. I'm taking his. Yeah.
Damn, you were thinking Tampa, Miami, and then you went Indy. Yeah. So before I let these knuckleheads know what the answer is, the last time for the fans, what city has hosted the most Super Bowls? Guys, we ready to talk some Chicago Bears and make Chaz feel like he hates his life?
Worse than the Jets.
Well, let's not punch our luck here. Let's pump
hey, we got draft picks. We got draft picks.
Also, you know what though? I'll be honest. End of the season, you guys look real good. You guys look good at the end of the season.
All right, so we'll real brief do this. This is the unfortunate time of the lifespan of a Jets fan where we're in that unbridled hope stage. At least I've already hit it. I've already hit the unbridled hope stage where I'm like, yes, we have 4 and 10. We could get fucking Hamilton. We could get Thibodeau. We could get the possibilities are endless. And then 3 weeks into the season, I'm going to want to fucking hang myself, and Hector and I are going to become the most miserable people on planet Earth.
I'm saying it right now. Zach Wilson, MVP.
Your lips to God's ears, bro. Your lips to God's ears.
Hey, man, you guys got a good running back, and you guys got good wide receivers. So, I mean, the sky's the limit. And your offensive line ain't bad, man. They're just young. So you're straight.
Something to build on. Infection's coming back. But enough about us. Let's talk about you, Chaz. Let's talk about Chicago.
Oh, my disappointment.
So first of all, I got to know. We were talking before, you're a Mets fan. I think you're in New Jersey, I believe you have said in the past.
Yeah.
How are you a Bears fan with New York teams?
So a lot of my family is from Chicago. So I was the first NFL game I ever been to was a Chicago Bears game. So as a kid, I was just like, wow, I love the Chicago Bears. Now I was like, oh, this is a great team. Orange, whatever. I never had a team, and I'm always against my dad. Like back in the day, I was always against him with shit. So, just like he's a Yankees fan, my whole family's Yankee fans. I'm a fucking Mets fan. So, you guys are yeah. Oh, you're the Knicks fan? Guess what? I'm a Lakers fan. So, right but the Bears, everybody's a Giants and Jets fans. My dad is actually a big Jets fan. Yeah. My brother's a Giants fan. They're all New York Bills fans in my family, but I'm like the only Bears fan on my dad's side. On my mom's side, they're all Bears fans because they're from Chicago. So, Yep.
So let's start with last season. There is a lot that happened, man. There's a lot of turmoil. How do you give us a recap in your eyes of the season? How do you think it went from a Bears fan?
I think there was a lot of bad things that happened, but there's a lot of growth out of it. You got to see some sparks of I think here we go. The stress of the season made stars out of certain people. I think Mooney looked great. Kmet looked great. Even David Montgomery was amazing this season.
I feel bad for Allen Robinson. It was supposed to be a career year for him, like make or break it. And what the hell happened?
Well, that's the bad part. Apparently, they were pushing his count down. They were making him trying to look bad. And for some odd reason, there was some drama between him, Adam Pace, and Matt and freaking Crapassy. They just didn't like him. I don't know what it was. Even in his own Twitter, he put his count up, like what he did last season compared to this. And they were not throwing him the ball. For some reason, they just kept it away from him, and he just deteriorated. And he just looked like they should. I feel like they were setting him up so his value to pay him was going to be less.
I think he's going to be a top prospect free agent. I don't think he's going to be with the Bears, and I think he's going to make his bread somewhere else.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? He's part of those people I think that he should let go. I mean, I got a couple free agents this year that I know we're going to have. I think out of the 7, we keep him one person. And I think the rest, just let them go and start fresh, man.
Well, according to Mikey's sources, Justin Fields is going to get traded.
No. Justin Fields ain't going to get traded. He's not going to get traded.
According to Mikey's sources.
Yeah, Mike. No, okay. Mikey sources.
Wonder what content he stole that from.
Justin Fields, you know what, man? For the amount of hits he took this year, he looked really good. He was. People were shitting on him, but I'll be honest, I was shitting on him in the beginning. Then I started watching the games and look at what he was doing. He's learning. He's learning.
Yeah, the game was just moving too fast for him in the beginning.
Exactly. Same thing with Zach Wilson. It was moving too fast, and then for some reason, these kids were like, "Boom, I got it." End of the season, let's just destroy people, and it started to happen. Zach Wilson looked really good. Trevor Lawrence looked good. Everybody looked good at the end of the year, which I think tends to happen. But Justin Fields looked like he was getting everybody's respect. You see, the veterans were giving him respect. He was never talking trash about everybody else. He was talking trash about himself. He would never put the offensive line down. These guys were trying, and the problem was that Matt Nagy didn't believe in him ever. And that's honestly the issue. He might have said, "Oh, we have our quarterback." Bullshit. You should have started him from the beginning. Then, freaking Andy Dalton getting in there killed his momentum. You never use Nick Foles. The only bright spot of that quarterback class was Andy Dalton wanted to teach him.
Right.
Nick Foles wanted nothing to do with him, so Nick Foles didn't help him at all. Apparently,
Wow.
Nick Foles wanted to be a starter, so he was.
Yeah, that's it.
He was pulling the Joe Flacco, and he was like, "I don't want to. I'm not teaching nobody."
And I don't get fined.
And I told you guys. I think I told you guys the first time we talked about this. They should have just kept him on the bench for the rest of the season. Then keep him on the bench, let him just learn. Because Patrick Mahomes did that, and look how he turned out. But
they do need to fix that offensive line, though. That offensive line.
Oh, it's terrible.
They were giving him absolutely no time.
No, nothing. And I honestly think that's what we need to target in free agency and in the draft, even though we have like no picks this season. So
I was gonna say that's the next step. So I agree with both of you. I've always liked Justin Fields. I thought he was gonna be, better than he was, but I think Matt Nagy is today's day and age Adam Gase, even though that was not that far ago.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I think I just don't understand anything about what Matt Nagy could have potentially ever have been thinking.
And he lost the locker room, dude. He lost it, you can tell.
Easily. And I agree with you as far as Allen Robinson goes. I think the kid's a stud. And
Amazing.
There's not enough for me to say he has an attitude problem,
No.
but clearly there's love lost in Chicago. You know what I mean? Like, there's bad blood. And
I mean, 1,000-yard receiver, 1,000-yard receiver, and almost 100 catches a year, and he's had a different quarterback almost every fucking year.
Every year. And you can't do that. You cannot do that. You got to have repetition, man. You got to continuously get better. If I was them, I would have had Justin Fields and him practice every day. Get him. Hey, listen, man, we're going to try to get through the season. Do what you can. We'll get you the ball. And then next season, let's pay you. Let's get this rolling. No, they treated that man like shit. And you could tell when a player's hurt. He never talks too much. Allen Robinson never talks shit. But when he put that tweet up with his reception and how everything went down, I was just like, damn, that's terrible, man. And I think honestly,
I take him on the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, he might go there, man. That's a hot team to go to, man. Right now,
I'll take it.
But you know what honestly hurt us? Tariq Cohen not being there, man.
That's
hurt a lot, man. Because it did not open up. They knew Dave Montgomery. All right, we're just gonna hit him. Nobody else is doing anything.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Dave Montgomery is awesome, but you can't live and die on him.
He's not big enough. He's not Brandon Jacobs. He's not Brandon Jacobs. Nobody's ever gonna be Brandon Jacobs.
He's a workhorse, and he gets you numbers, but it's gonna hurt him if he has to be the every down back.
Yep.
Sure. And you just can't live like that. You can't live on giving your running back 40 touches a game? Like, that's wild.
You have to be Derrick Henry.
But look what happened though. After putting so much pressure on him, Damian Williams was supposed to be our backup, but he obviously didn't do shit. But the kid, I forgot what his name is, the third string running back, the rookie we got this year, was phenomenal in those 2 games that he played. And I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now. It's not clicking in. But everybody knows who I'm talking about. Came in and murdered for 2 games. We needed a running back. Came in, he was really good, and I feel like that's a gem we have there, and that's why I think Tariq Cohen maybe he needs to get traded because we have somebody new now that can fill that void. So,
and getting rid of running backs quick isn't a bad thing. No. I've made it pretty much known that I think running backs are a dime a dozen. Outside of your freaks like Derrick Henry, you know what I mean? Like those freakish humans that you can't replicate in a lab. Yeah, sure. But 9 times out of 10, running backs are a dime a dozen. It just is that position.
Yep. And it's not like they can't find a home either, because look at Devontae Freeman was out there forever and then finally landed on Baltimore and looks amazing again.
Yeah. So. Playoff Lenny. I mean, you can find homes everywhere.
Yeah.
Hector alluded to this. You guys have shit for draft capital.
You know what? We have no first round pick, and I think we have a second round pick. I think that's it. Or a third. We either have a second or a third round pick.
You have a second and a third. You have the number 39 in the second round, and a number 71 in the 3rd round. Then you go to the 5th round at 146.
I was just looking it up right now too. 5th 149, 6th 184.
Yep.
And so I mean, it kind of hurts that you don't get a pick till the 2nd round. But at a 2nd round 39th pick, you do have a vast majority of good players on the board.
Oh yeah, offensive linemen. That's what we should need to target. Offensive linemen. We should be drafting all offensive linemen and maybe a wide receiver. That's it.
If they do, I do believe that possibly draft night they'll trade, maybe a later round pick to move up.
I mean, for me, I would honestly. I mean, we're losing this year. We're losing Allen Robinson, Hakeem Nicks, Jimmy's leaving, Dalton, Foles, Jason Peters, and Tashawn. So we're losing.
Hakeem Nicks, the wide receiver.
No, Hakeem Nicks, the defense tackle.
Oh, NIX.
Yeah. So he I mean, people are like, these are great players. Yeah, let them go. They're older. We need to rebuild, man. We need to rebuild. Unfortunately, that's what we got to go with right now. Get some good defensive players, go into free agency, pick up some guys that can fill the holes. The only person is that I think we should keep is Afidi. I think it's Afidi, and he's our only offensive tackle that was like amazing this year, and he has a good future with us. So, and he's young, so we can still grow him. Everybody else, just let him go, man. Wash the slate clean and just keep it going.
What they're gonna do is they're gonna reach back out to the Raiders. They're gonna trade back for Mac.
Mac,
I would get Mac back, right? They're gonna get Mac back, and then they're gonna reach out. They're gonna reach out to the New Orleans Saints. They're gonna get Lattimore. They're gonna go to their secondary, right? And then they're gonna go out and they're gonna hit up the 49ers and go get Jimmy G.
Nah. We don't need any of that. Yeah, go to the Jets, Jimmy G.
Jimmy G. And then they're gonna reach out to the Jets for a potential trade for Braxton Berrios.
No, sir. No.
Give me I mean, honestly, we need to trade somebody. We trade somebody for draft picks. That's what we need to do. Get rid of somebody we need to bad contract that needs to go. I mean, we don't have a lot of them, but I think Khalil Mack is a tradable, man. I mean, I love him to death. Got his jersey and everything, but I think it's time. He needs to go somewhere he could win a Super Bowl. He's about to be done in his career. So maybe trade him somewhere that somebody needs a nice, strong linebacker. So
I think it'll be a stupid move for them to let Allen Robinson just walk away, because right there, that's draft capital you can use.
But we would have to pay him. We would have to pay him and then
franchise tag him.
I was gonna say tag and trade.
We have Mooney, man. Mooney's good. He's young.
I tag Allen and then use that to trade if you don't want him. But you can't just let him walk, because that's right there. Easily you can get a 4th round, possibly 3rd round pick for him.
That's true. We could do that.
Does Chicago have anybody that they would franchise tag outside?
I'm trying to. No, I mean the only person. Yeah, there's nobody. I mean Jason Peters, but I'm not gonna keep him. Let him go. He's 32.
Yeah, no offense. Jason Peters is a stud, but it's time.
It's time. And then Hakeem Nicks is gonna be Hicks is gonna be gone. We're not gonna trade him. Yeah. So maybe you're right. Allen Robinson is the best option. Let's re-sign him for a little quick minute and then trade him on draft night.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to. I mean, you talked about a rebuilding year, and you're not wrong. But how the fuck are you going to pull off a rebuilding year when you can't draft until the 39th pick?
Well, we have $43 million in cap right now, so we can definitely get somebody nice. And
most of that's going to go to Aaron Rodgers.
Just getting everybody
over. Well, Mike Williams and Christian Kirk are good free agents that I think we should target. Honestly,
okay.
I mean,
I like Christian Kirk.
Those are 2 good wide receivers that are definitely want to get paid, but they're fresh. But Mike Williams, honestly, is the one that I think we should target. He's a big guy. He's somebody we do not have on the team. We don't have any big dudes. We have Cole Kmet. That's pretty much it. Every one of our wide receivers right now are small guys. Get somebody big.
It would be cool, and it sucked that he got the injury because he was going into his free agent year. But Godwin.
Yeah, Godwin would be nice, but I wouldn't.
He's doing tore his ACL.
Injury prone, man. He's always injured.
He's not going to be ready till late in the season next year.
How do you feel about Amari Cooper? He's hitting free agency.
Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper with Justin Fields?
I mean, you know what? He's pretty much Allen Robinson. So I mean, like, if we were gonna do that, we should just re-sign Allen Robinson. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
like build wise,
build
but like
wise, you know, the way they run.
Had them stand before me and I was going to choose one or the other, I'd lean towards Amari Cooper. And that's
Would you
not
really?
to shit on Allen Robinson. I factually know what I have with Cooper, with Robinson there, whether it's because he just gave up, whether it's because of Nagy's system, whether whatever, there is question marks, and be that as it may, with Robinson.
Yeah.
So I hear what you're saying, but if I had to look at the two of them, I would probably take Cooper.
Well, to be honest, man, like, I know we talked about Hakeem Hicks before, but I think I'm the only thing I'm worried about is our new coach is a defensive mind coach, right? And he might be like, oh yeah, I want to keep this guy. You know, like, I don't want that. Start fresh. We have Eddie Jackson. We're paying him already. You know, just let these older guys go and just try to do freshness, man. Look at the Jets. The Jets are building. They're building from draft picks and good players, and they're just building up. They're going to be there one day. The Bears need to do that. We're going to get a new stadium soon. You know that you heard about that whole situation, right?
No, I didn't.
So we're moving to into like more of the forest area, Chicago, more like close to Indianapolis, kind of like rural area, because Soldier Field didn't want to put a betting place in their place. They didn't want bets in there. So they didn't want to build or anything. Yep. So they were like, fuck this, we can leave and we'll have a bigger stadium. We have the smallest stadium in the NFL.
What dumbasses.
Yep.
The amount of money
yep.
they just screwed away.
They didn't want to do it. So now we're building a new stadium.
Okay.
And it's gonna be like a apparently it's gonna be like Jerry World. We're gonna have hotels there, a mall. Everything's gonna look nice. You're gonna want to go there and visit, and it's gonna be nice parking. You're not gonna have to go into the city to go there, which is gonna be a beautiful thing. And I think that's gonna be great. We have a young team. We're gonna have this new stadium. I think it's gonna be a good, fresh start, and I think that's what we need, honestly, as the Bears.
What the Bears got to do is hire Mike Ditka and bring back the defense, the 85 defense
from the grave.
You gotta bring back all them old heads.
I mean, we're trying to get Mike Ditka right now, right? I guess this guy, Luke, is supposed to be like the defensive coordinator Jesus from Indianapolis. So we'll see how he does as a head coach. I'm still like, I'm sorry, the offensive coordinator and Luke, he's supposed to be really good as offensive coordinator. We're supposed to be really good with him. But this guy, Matt, how do you pronounce his name? Abrileff? I don't know what the fuck his name is. Our new head coach is a defensive mind coach. And I hope that it's a good fit. I really thought we went with Brian Flores. I thought that he was going to be our good fit for our team, and we didn't. And I honestly, we all know why. So, because let's be honest, I honestly thought my organization was a little racist for a little bit because they didn't want to hire no black coaches, no black quarterbacks at one point. Now things are changing. We got a black GM now, so which is nice. We got
but for a long time you guys had Lovie Smith. So
Lovie, but that's just a coach. But we never had a black quarterback. We had one out of all these years, except for Justin Fields. Now we had one.
I think I remember reading a story about that, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
So how do you feel about your new coach? I know that there's been a lot of debate, on like NFL Twitter and TikTok and stuff, about like offensive versus defensive minded coaches right now in the NFL. And, we've seen a trend of offensive minds leading the way and winning the past couple of Super Bowls. Are you worried about having defensive minded coach, or
am I worried? No, and yes and no, because we had one before and obviously it turned out well. We went to the Super Bowl, right? Technically. Other than that, I mean, it's the guy himself, his reputation is all defense, and he's all about defense wins games. And now we drafted this great quarterback, with we have a good young team for our offense, and I just hope that doesn't fall under the defense and they're not important anymore.
Right.
We went from Nagy, which was I guess offensive, whatever.
Something. I don't know if I would call that
fine. A strong defense will help mask some of the errors and mistakes that a young quarterback will make.
Exactly. But right now, we already built an offense. Now we're going to have to rebuild his defense, right? If he came in and we already had a great defense right now, which we did in a couple years ago. Right now, we don't. We have a shitty defense and an okay offense right now. And I hope that he doesn't turn this into, let's build this defense up and shit on the offense. All this money into the defense. I think we need to have a level playing ground.
Right.
Let them come up together, see how it goes. Don't push the defense the whole time. Seriously, I honestly think so. I think Justin Fields needs to be babied and cared for and make this guy our franchise quarterback, because every quarterback we had has been shit. It has been total shit. Oh my God. Jay Cutler, Rex Grossman, freaking all
Jay
this.
Cutler is a legend, okay?
Fuck Jay Cutler, man. He gave up on games. He
got alimony from his wife. Who gets divorced and gets alimony from the wife?
Only
Jay
win.
Cutler's a legend.
That is the only win I give him. But Brandon Marshall even said it. He's like, I had Jay Cutler. He didn't care. Yeah. He's a bitch, but I love him. But it's like the guy, like, we could have, honestly, think about our teams. If you look at the team with Jay Cutler, he could have went to the Super Bowl a couple times, or he was in the playoffs, and it's just like didn't happen because he like gave up. Oh, my finger. My
he just did not give a shit.
Oh, he just give a shit. He's like, oh, all right, well, guess that play didn't work out. And he just walked away. It's like, no intensity, nothing. Like Brandon Marshall make this spectacular catch, and you see Jay Cutler. Okay, cool. That's awesome.
Fuck you.
Maybe I gotta throw that one a little bit further away.
Even Rex Grossman had more fire than him. You know what I'm saying? It's
poor Rex Grossman.
Oh God, man.
We have what's his name? Kyle Orton.
Kyle Orton. Kyle Orton. He was shit, but at least he had some intensity. And
he tried.
He tried. He tried. Andy Dalton was just. I knew this was gonna happen. Everybody was trying to big my head up with Andy Dalton. I was like, nah. He's not the Red Rocket anymore. He's good for a couple of plays, because after seeing him in Dallas and how much they manhandled and bitched him around, I was like, that's bad. And then Nick Foles. I thought Nick Foles, if you have Nick Foles play him, you should have started him at the beginning of the season.
That's what I thought when you guys went and got him. I was like, oh, okay.
Nick Foles.
They're clearly
winner.
Bench Fields and let Foles lead the way. And
nope.
That whole situation, man.
You need to find your Jim McMahon.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I wish, man. That would be great. It's sad, man. We had a lot of good teams. I mean, we missed Cody Parkey. Fuck him. Fuck him to hell for the rest of his life. I understand. I shouldn't be saying that.
Doug Flutie.
Some people too.
Shut up with Doug Flutie. Nobody cares about Doug Flutie.
Jim Harbaugh.
Oh my God. What are we gonna say? We got Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah, Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, trash ass team. But man, I hope this is a new fresh start for the Bears. We have a good new GM. Adam Pace is gone. Matt Nagy's back to his Daddy, please take me back to the Chiefs. He went over there, praying back.
How the fuck? By the way, can we talk about that real quick?
Oh, you got Jimmy Clausen.
Nagy.
Can't forget Jimmy Clausen.
Hey, we don't talk about Notre Dame quarterbacks in the NFL in this fucking podcast there. But how the fuck did Matt Nagy become the quarterbacks coach of the Kansas City Chiefs? How in the actual fuck?
Because the same way that Adam Gase was the offensive coordinator for Peyton Manning, they got Patty Mahomes. He doesn't really need a quarterback coach.
I guess
it reminds me of Bill Belichick and his underlings. They always leave, and then when they fail, they come back to daddy. Like it always happens. It's I mean, that's he's gonna. You know what's gonna piss me the fuck off is that Matt Nagy's gonna win a fucking championship before we fucking do. That's pisses me the fuck off.
That's gonna hurt if that happens.
Unless his cancer goes to over to Pat Mahomes, then he starts shitting as a quarterback.
So let's talk about your division, man. It's
wide open now.
Talked about how hard it's going to be to rebuild. You don't really have a lot of draft capital, a lot of money in free agency, but Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, do they stay? Do they go? What's it looking like up there? Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. How is it going to shake out up there? What do you think the Bears are going to do this year?
I'm going to surprise you real quick. I have a hot take. I think the Lions are going to win our division this year. They look so good at the end of the season, man. Okay. They look so fucking good.
Dan Campbell's starting to get it. Those double shots of espresso and super venti fucking high cap.
They're gonna take their kneecaps.
Their wide receiver, their tight end, their freaking running back, all young guys, quarterback. They have a veteran quarterback that wants to win now, and he's young still. He's a veteran, but he's fucking young. He really hasn't been through much. Got Jared Goff. Jared Goff looked like Aaron Rodgers at the end of the season.
He been to the Super Bowl. He did get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and their defense looked good. They were hungry, and these guys just want to win for that stadium. And they just seem like they got the thing going for them. And I think honestly, that's this team to be scared of next year, man. Is the Lions? The Lions were fucking people up at the end of the year.
No, 100%. I agree.
It's going into it.
I agree with the Lions being they on paper got a strong team, and they didn't give up not once last year. No matter how many times they lost, they did not. They fought till the clock hit 000.
Yep. They kept playing, and I love that coach. That coach was great.
I was gonna say, I'll give you all of the reasonings with the exception of Jared Goff, and I will put an emphasis on Dan Campbell. Really, and to Hector's point, there was not. It didn't matter what the score was. It didn't matter where the clock was. It didn't matter the situation. That team, I have a strong feeling that if Dan Campbell was like, all right, suit up, grab some parachutes, we're hopping over to the Ukraine, the entire Detroit organization would be hopping into war with this man.
Yep.
Unabashedly, unafraid, like would jump over a cliff if he asked them to.
Facts.
And I think Dan Campbell would be jumping over the cliff in front of, like, leading the charge, He makes me excited. Every time I see Dan Campbell speak, I'm like, yes, let's go! And I don't even
let's go, Dan Campbell. He's a good coach, man.
I don't disagree. I don't know if I can see it that soon. We could see that kind of shift. If Aaron Rodgers leaves,
that's what I meant to say. If Aaron Rodgers is not there, which I think I truly believe Devontae Adams is going to go somewhere else.
Devontae Adams is going to go to the Bears. Aaron Rodgers is going to follow.
No. Aaron Rodgers is going to go to the Broncos. If anything, they're going to sign and trade him. They're going to have to. I mean, listen, if he doesn't want to stay with them, fine. But right now, he wants to be the highest paid quarterback ever. Right now, which is insane. You listen, I'm going to rip him real quick. You have not won shit. You talk so much about the Bears. Fine, you won against us. Cool. But what else have you done?
He owns you.
He owns us. Great. Would you rather own the Bears or win a Super Bowl? The man hasn't won shit.
You can have both if you could win the fucking Super Bowl.
He has not won shit. He hasn't done nothing. They went to the playoffs to get their ass kicked every time. They lose every time.
His kryptonite is the NFC Championship.
Every time. The freaking Vikings almost beat your ass. So it's like you talk shit, but you're not getting anywhere. That team is stuck. They're gonna be with those. They're gonna be. I'm trying to think who I can compare them to. They're going to be the New Orleans Saints soon. That's honestly who they're going to be. They're going to be the New Orleans Saints soon. They were stuck on that. Oh, we always win, but we never make it. That's honestly what's going to happen. He's going to retire with the Green Bay Packers with a bum ass arm throwing shit.
You're going to be the bootleg 90 version of the Buffalo Bills.
Exactly. Exactly. Dude, and you can't even, like, people could be like, oh, let's shit on the Giants real quick. The Giants, at least Eli Manning won a fucking 2 Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? You can't shit on him. Peyton Manning won Super Bowls. Aaron Rodgers has won what? One?
Mm-hmm.
And every time, and he's had the best team how many years? A lot of the time, and he hasn't done nothing.
The Packers, as of an organization, has had 30 years of Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers in a row.
You could blame you could blame the owners. I think whose mom got steaks.
I'll blame all of Green Bay. But no, that's wild. Like, if you sit there and think, oh yeah, you have Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers for 30 years, like, you got 10 Super Bowls.
No, almost 40. Almost 40, because Brett Favre played 18 seasons with them?
Yeah.
And Rodgers now is going on year 19. So 36 years of football, 3 Super Bowl appearances, 2 Super Bowl wins.
Yeah.
And what 8 MVPs?
Like, you would expect in that time.
How many MVPs Favre won? 3? I think he won 3. So 7 MVPs.
How many wasted wide receivers?
Yeah. Well, you would think in that time, like, we talk about like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning going at it. You would think in that time it would be Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers being the perennial Super Bowl dueling quarterbacks.
Yep.
That is just not fucking panned out, apparently.
Nope.
You know,
and it's sad. It's sad for that team. It's sad for the organization.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say with the Lions, I'm giving the Lions 6 wins.
I think they're going 8.
I'm giving them 6 wins this year.
I think they're going 8. We're gonna only have 6 this year.
So the Lions, I would give like a floor of 6 and a ceiling of 10. So I'll give that like 6 to 10 range to play like the pussy middle of the fence here.
I think they make the wild card.
I don't know, man.
If that kid, let me tell you something. That wide receiver, what's his St. Austin? Is it St. Austin or St. Brown?
St. Brown. That's a wild family. Do you know anything about that family, by the way?
No.
So Equanimous is the older brother. He went to Notre Dame. There's a Munra St. Brown who went to USC ? I'm not quite sure about that. And there's a third brother who is in USC now. The dad was like a world-class, like super, like Olympian, world strongest man. He changed his last name to St. Brown to make it more regal, and then married his, I believe she's German, wife, simply, and his own quote, for her genetics, so that he could produce genetically superior babies. I mean, he has 2 NFL wide receiver sons and a third potentially on the way. So
holy shit! I mean,
has it not worked out?
Hey, it's like Big Baller Brand too. His wife was an athlete. He was an athlete. He said he made 2 babies.
St. Brown.
or a ball brother.
Right. But no, Amon-Ra, you know how angry, by the way, I am about St. Brown? I was in a fantasy league with my old job, and I came down to the finals for whatever reason, because I wasn't fucking paying attention the whole year. I find myself in the championship game, and I'm like, I've been, listening to the experts, and I believe in St. Brown, so I snagged St. Brown, and I snagged Braxton Berrios, left him on my fucking bench, and lost like an asshole. I sat there, and I was so afraid. I'm like, if I do, like, I think they'll do it, but if I don't, like, I'm gonna fuck this up, like, because I had like Amari Cooper, I had CeeDee Lamb, who shit the bed that week. Like, I had like
killed me
named guys, and
St. Brown won me my championship.
I had St. Brown and Berrios and rode them the last like 4 weeks of the like literally the last 3 weeks of the season all the way into the championships.
I should have.
The Jets are a fantasy great. They're a great fantasy team.
Yeah, right.
They really are.
Honestly, though. So let's see. So we gave the Lions a 6 to 8 is where we're all in the consensus. Yep. Where do we see? We'll end with the Bears. Where do we see the Packers?
Okay. Are we saying with Aaron Rodgers or without Aaron Rodgers?
Let's do both. With Aaron Rodgers, let's start there.
With Aaron Rodgers, I think they're going 10 and was it how much? What is how many games now? 18.
17.
I said they 10 to 12 wins.
Okay.
I'd say this year, if they keep now, if they have Devontae Adams, they might have a chance to be more than that. But I honestly think 10 to 12 wins this year.
With Rodgers, I'm gonna say they get another 13 win season, 12 or 13. Without
even
Rodgers,
with his injuries. Even with his injuries, man. Even with his injuries he's been having like having consistent injuries like all the time.
Rodgers on the field with Devontae Adams, they're getting 12 to 13 wins again. Without Rodgers, the Packers, and let's just say Jordan Love's out there, 8, maybe 9 because of defense.
And remember, Anthony Lazar will be their number 1 wide receiver if Devontae Adams
Lizard King.
The Lizard King.
And then sorry, go ahead, Chaz.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, honestly, even with Rodgers, I'm taking 9. I think I think a lot of this, like, he didn't really look like he was having a lot of fun last season. And I know that doesn't, like, these are grown men playing a game for a job and making big money, right? So it doesn't matter if they're having fun. But I think it does. I don't think he was having a lot of fun. And I think that's really, like, this relationship has hit its critical point. And I think we're going to see more than just cracks in the foundation next season.
I do agree with what you said there. I don't think this year was fun for him. I think this year was strictly business, where it was like, I'm going to show you what I'm capable of doing.
Yeah.
Because even at his age now, like, people talk about Brady, playing in his 40s and this. Rodgers, 38, coming up on his 40s, and can easily play into his 40s like Brady was doing. Like he still has the skill set and all that to still be playing at an elite level. Shit, he's back-to-back MVP. Like
it's starting to lose. Honestly, the MVPs are really starting to lose weight with me.
Yep, me too.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, how do you look at this season and you don't say Jonathan Taylor is the MVP?
Or Cooper Kupp. Or
Cooper Kupp. I mean,
wide receivers never won an MVP, right? Wide receivers never won an MVP ever, right?
Yeah.
So,
I think.
No, I don't think so, bro. I think that's never been happened. They never happened because they say that the wide receiver position is because of the quarterback.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, and if that's the case, then how is it not Matthew fucking Stafford?
It's true.
You know what I mean? Like, so, and look, I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers is bad.
The great Don Hudson, the second greatest wide receiver. Well, that's what they're saying. Second greatest wide receiver. Only receiver to win outright the MVP award.
Oh, really? Okay, so there was one
in what 50?
Cooper Kupp should have won it this year.
42.
You could make an argument for Cooper Kupp. I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with Jonathan Taylor.
Yep.
You know, if you want to sit here and debate with me, like you said, well, the receivers because of the quarterback, then why the fuck isn't it Matthew Stafford?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, it's really starting to lose weight. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, I'm starting to lose weight in MVP awards.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like the offensive player award and the MVP because MVP is just a quarterback thing.
Right. Or like Coach of the Year. Kevin Stefanski once won Coach of the Year. Are we really going to put that much stock in it? Like, are we really like looking at Kevin Stefanski going, ha-ha, when he is the way he is?
Ha-ha!
Like, yeah, I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry. But I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, so Chaz, I don't think you said without Rodgers. Where do you think they'll be without Rodgers?
I think I agree with you, dude. I think without Aaron Rodgers, I think they're going to cool maybe 8 wins tops. I mean, I just don't see Jordan Love the way he was playing when he wasn't. He just didn't look spectacular at all. Like they hyped him up so much, and he just looked like shit.
He looked like a lost Kaepernick, like exactly a lost Kaepernick. Like he's just a really, really big deer in the headlights.
For somebody that sat and learned for a while, it looked like he didn't know what the hell he was doing. Even Justin Fields came and looked good-ish.
Do you really imagine though that Aaron Rodgers is out there right now, or was out there, you know, showing Jordan Love the game? Like after all of the drama and after everything that happened, do you really think Aaron Rodgers is like, you know what, kid, it's not your fault. My team's a bag of shit. Come here, let me learn you
bullshit. Because remember, he was mad. He was mad. They even drafted Jordan Love.
That's what I'm saying. There's no way he took Love under his wing to try and teach him shit.
What I'm noticing is that veteran quarterbacks, a lot of them are assholes to like the younger guys. A lot of them, except for Andy Dalton, apparently.
Because you're literally telling the quarterback, like, yeah, I'm drafting your replacement.
Brett Favre dealt with it.
No, he was not happy with it.
Remembering that situation.
Was such a fucking bitch when they got Aaron Rodgers.
Brett Favre was ready to take Aaron Rodgers out behind the fucking woodshed, my friend. What are you talking about? Aaron Rodgers.
And then he went to the Jets. He went to his old woodshed.
He went to the Jets so that he could go to the Vikings. We knew what it was about.
Hey, he gave the Jets a nice solid 9-7 with almost a playoff.
So I don't have any receipts to prove this. You can only ask my mom. I swear to God, I dreamt that Brett Favre was coming to the Jets the day before it happened. Like I legit had like a gray Jets shirt, and I took black electrical tape and made a Brett Favre number 4 Jets jersey, the first Jets Brett Favre jersey.
You still have that jersey? You still have it?
No, I don't. That was like fucking 15 years ago.
He pulls it out of a box.
Right?
Yes.
It looked fresh with that electrical tape. I remember I wore it around the Berkshires, Massachusetts, baby. I was on vacation.
Did you guys buy that jersey anyway? Do you guys have that Brett Favre jersey?
Hell no.
No.
I have a Lavernius Coles jersey. That's it.
I don't even have a Jets jersey. I need to buy a Jets jersey.
That's a lie. I do have another jersey, but it's signed, so I'm never wearing it. It's a Joe Klecko jersey, so I'm not gonna fucking wear that. But Vikings, that's another team. What are the Vikings doing?
You know what? Vikings got a good wide receiver core right now. Even I think Osborne, I think it was him, Orsbin.
Hendrick Osborne, I believe.
Osborne, he looked good, man, at the end of the season. So I think him and Justin Jefferson are going to be something crazy. And then the running back situation. I think what's his name is it's gonna be a wrap soon, man. He just seems like he always gets hurt. Dalvin Cook, man. It's just, but they're I think Masterson is their backup, and Madison, and he's pretty good. I mean, he's good for like whatever, but I think that they're going to be in a rebuild process very soon. Christian and I think Kirk Cousins is on his last limb over there too. I think he's ready to go. I think he's going to.
Yeah, they were talking about Kirk Cousins possibly not even being the starting quarterback this year.
Yeah,
he was. They're trying to release some cap space. I think he's on his last year of the contract.
The contract he had, yeah. I think trading him on draft day is going to be great. I think that'll be good for them.
Kellen. So first of all, I'd like to see what Kellen Mond could do, because that's their backup, I believe. Which is that whole situation is hysterical because like 6 years ago, Kellen Mond tweeted, "Man, I would hate going to the Vikings," and then gets drafted to the Vikings, which just makes my heart happy.
Was it like Justin Fields' face when he got drafted to the Bears? He was like, "Fuck."
Pretty much. Secondly, Kirk Cousins is probably the most infuriating and the most he pisses me off the most, but I am also the most envious of him.
Yeah.
This dude is like, if Jared Goff and Carson Wentz weren't the world's most okayest quarterbacks, Kirk Cousins would be the world's most okayest quarterback. But my dude finessed a team for $80 million. Yep. And as a homeboy who's in the finessing field, who's in sales, I can't be mad at that. I hate him, but I can't be mad at him finessing the bag.
Yeah, he fleeced the Vikings.
He got paid to be an okay quarterback.
He played good. He played good for a little bit of the season last year, though.
I mean, he throws for a lot.
He plays good for a little bit, and then it's like, right,
he throws for a lot of yards.
Oh, that's right, Jay Cutler.
He throws for over 4,000, and his interception to TD ratio is not horrible. Like but when it comes down to the key moment, like you play 500 ball.
You're right. Well, that's exactly it. His stats aren't bad, but he's one of those guys that that's why I hate stats, because you look at him like, oh shit, yeah, I wouldn't mind Kirk Cousins. Like, look, those for 4,000 yards, TD interceptions, completions. Yeah, my dude is he's definitely like fucking 13 or 12 for sure. And then you watch him play and like,
yeah,
not so much.
I think in the beginning of the season he had like the least amount of interceptions out of everybody, right?
For
a while. And then he just started, and he was like, yeah, I did it. Boom, fuck.
Hear me out. The Vikings trade Cousins to Seattle for Russell Wilson.
Seattle would be the dumbest organization on planet.
Russell Wilson with Justin Jefferson, Thielen.
Nah, I think Russell Wilson's going to go to the Giants, man. If we're going to talk about
he doesn't want to come to the East Coast. He doesn't want to play on the East Coast.
I don't think anyone's moving, to be 100% honest with you. I don't think fucking anyone's going anywhere.
You think so? You think everybody's just staying put?
To be honest, I think it's an all or nothing situation. I think either everyone's staying exactly where they all are, or you're going to see one domino fall, the Aaron Rodgers or the Russell Wilson domino, and then everything's going to shit.
Yep.
And it's going to be one of the more wild weeks of free agent football, trading football that we've seen in a while.
Is this the most stars we've lost in 1 year? Like quarterback wise?
I feel like it. I mean,
right? Because Tom Brady retired, Ben Roethlisberger retired. Who else?
Which is an interesting situation, by the way, because I hear that might not be all that it is. So rumors again, because right now is that prime spot for NFL Twitter to go wild.
Yeah.
From what I understand is there was apparently a lot of behind the scenes bad blood between like Bruce Arians and Byron Leftwich and Brady over play calling and stuff. I guess Leftwich and Brady would sit down and come up, okay, this is the game plan. We got this, boom, boom, boom. And Arians would come in and be like, yeah, you're fucking idiots. This is what we're doing. And it could be potentially because, yes, Brady was on a one year deal, but the money is getting spread out over like 4 or 5 years for the Buccaneers. So there's a prevailing theory that he's retiring to essentially break that contract, and then he could be back next year, maybe even halfway through this season.
Really?
NFL Twitter. I will leave it to that. But it wouldn't fucking shock me, to be honest with you.
You know what? You brought up Brian Leftwich. I wish the Bears would have got him as a quarterback. I mean, not quarterback, a coach, man. It's like, what happened with that too? He didn't get, nobody picked him up.
We can get to that. We can get to that conversation if you really want to go there, Chaz.
I mean,
it's who look like me off.
It really looks like the NFL's a little racist. I'm just saying, we're just a tiny bit racist.
I mean, there's only one team so far where you can say, like legit is not racist, and it's the Steelers because they made up the Rooney Rule.
Yep.
And that is the worst rule of all fucking time.
They tried. And not that it's effective, but they tried.
Right.
They at least tried, yep.
No, I'll tell you,
and they gave Brian Flores a goddamn job.
The fact that we can look at, like, specifically, like, Flores, Bieniemy, Leftwich, we can look at these guys and they didn't get honest looks. That's wild to me. And I have, anti-Dolphins or fucking casual fans. Well, Flores had a sub-500 record. First of all, it was by one game. Shut the fuck up. Secondly, he was in playoff contention 2 out of the 3 years that he coached that team. What the fuck do you want from him? He had a winning record against Bill Belichick. That's what you get paid to do in the AFC East.
Yeah,
make no mistake. You're paid to beat Bill.
500 record because one year you're 1-15, and the other 2 years you're over 500 by a game or two
in playoff contention. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of theories there. Well, there's one theory. It's just really loud and really big and really racist.
Yep.
But finally, the Bears. Where do we see the Bears doing this year?
I would say 6 wins. Be honest. I'm be honest. 6 wins.
Like dead on. You're not going to give me like a 4 on a ceiling. You just 6.
6 wins. 6 wins. We're going to have a tough 6 wins because we've had a shitty schedule the last couple of years. So I think I feel like this year we're going to have a really shitty, really bad schedule, and then finally we're going to have a really good one. I think this is going to be a learning curve, it's going to be a learning thing for this coach. This coach with Justin Fields and the new offensive coordinator, new GM. I mean, unless we bring in some good free agents, I think this year's going to be a wash. Yeah, I mean, this year's going to be a wash. I mean, I wouldn't. You know what? Honestly, I wouldn't. I would just draft some kids, use some of the people we got, and just see how it goes this season. And then next season we'll have more money. Let's start.
Not to rub it in, what a season to have like a defensive-minded coach and have one of the most all-star, top-heavy like defensive drafts and not get to pick until 39. I'm not trying to like rub it the fucking on you, Chaz, but like what a fucking time to get
that was actually a point I had on my my little screen here. But thank you. Yes, isn't that crazy? Isn't that great?
Damn.
Yeah. But you know what? Listen. There's always gems in the draft, right? There's some people we can, you know what I'm saying? But it's not like we've had a great scouting.
Hey, I represent some guys, man, who haven't had the chance to. I'll call up the Bears. I'll call up their scouts, and I'll let them know I got some guys for you.
Hey, all I'm saying is you look around the 6th round, and you can find some gems.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. There always is. But are the Bears gonna get them?
In the 6th round, you can get a Hall of Famer.
It's true.
Fair enough.
True. I mean, I think we're going to, like I said, I think we're going to go for wide receivers, offensive linemen, and maybe a few defensive players. But I think we're pretty good on defense right now, except for like losing Hakeem.
I'm standing firm that the Bears will make a move draft night because I feel like the Bears always are one of the more active teams during draft night.
Yep, yes, we are.
And they will move one or two of maybe their later rounds to try to get an extra 3rd or 4th round pick.
Man, I mean,
it's so convincing.
This year, like you said, it's all defense, right? It's all defense. So, I mean, if we really needed something, I'm trying to think who would we actually go for in the 1st round. I mean, maybe it's good that we don't have a 1st round pick because we can let all the other teams butcher it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I feel like it's good. You're gonna have a lot of solid players, but how many Hall of Famers are you actually gonna get out of this draft class?
I mean, statistically, a lot of the 1st rounders don't really pan out.
Yep. You could get Jarvis Russell.
Kyle Hamilton is. You should put him right now. Start making his bust. Kyle Hamilton is a Hall of Famer. That kid is an ungodly talent at the safety position. Ungodly.
You know what I wanted to bring up? Do you notice that these guys are retiring a little earlier now? Does that hurt their Hall of Fame like status?
don't think so, because back in the day there was guys retiring 8, 9, 10 years, and that was a career. Now guys want to play 12, 15 years, and now it's going back to where guys are only playing 8, 9
years. Yeah.
And hold on, do you, after watching this combine, and now I don't put a metric fuck ton of like weight in the combine because it's great to do these things in, you know, compression shorts when nobody's fucking breathing down your throat, but especially these big men. Who was it? Jordan Davis, I believe his name was. Fucking what? 300 something pounds at a 4, 5, 8 or whatever he
was the fastest time.
I would retire early too. If I've been playing in the league 9 years and I know that motherfuckers like this are about. What is in the water? Fuck that! I'm retiring.
Can we give some punter love? This kid hitting a 80.
Yeah, I was gonna say it. Yeah, bro, I was gonna tell you about that. Yeah, that's just crazy.
Nukes. You
know, I'm sorry. I'm all about my Braden man, but holy cow!
Has a punter ever gone in the first round?
Well, I was about to ask that question. I don't think so. Number one, and number two, will we see one?
I think so, man. This kid is incredible.
No.
80 yards.
And he ran, I think, a 4.59.
Did you? But not only was the ball 80 yards through the air, but did you see the particular punt that I think Hector's talking about? It stopped on a dime.
Ding. Yep.
It died. It fucking hit like at the 1, and I think maybe went out to the 4. It died.
Yeah, he did it a couple times too.
Puts that power behind that and kills it like that.
They say he's the best punter in a couple years. So
that's dumb.
I'm sorry. I'm a Braden man fan, but that's ridiculous.
He's gonna go to Cincinnati. They're gonna have the best kicking group ever.
Can you imagine Shooter McPherson and this kid? I don't even know his fucking name.
They better pay that boy Shooter McPherson, man. I'm telling you right now, he better get paid. He's gonna be.
First of all,
he's Vinatieri.
Like automatic, but he swagger to sit out there in the Super Bowl time and watch that halftime show. My man, he don't give. That's why he's so cool, though. That's probably the most like kicker thing that you can do, because it doesn't matter, right? Like you're too cool for this shit.
Yeah, you can kick any.
Whatever.
Like you don't need to sit on the team. Anyway. We're losing. That's great. I did my job, so I'm gonna go out there and watch the game.
Right. It's Dre. What do you want?
Yeah, I'm giving the Bears.
Oh, we forgot about the FU.
Sorry.
I'm gonna agree with Chaz. Like 6 or 7 wins.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. This is my team, man, and I'm just 6 wins is the way, man.
I think the ceiling is.
I have spoken. This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
I think their ceiling is 4.
Ooh.
Hey man, I'm mad about that.
And like I said, and not to just fucking keep belaboring the point, but you're in a rebuild year, new GM, new head coach. We'll call him still I will give Justin Fields this. He's a rookie 0.0, right? Like a rookie and a half.
Yeah.
You know, with no fucking draft capital as of right now. I mean, Hector's come up with the best ideas so far as trading Mac for draft capital and tagging and trading Robinson. Yep. That's where you could potentially gain a first or a couple of 2s or a couple of 3s back. Yep. You know, but as of right now, just staring at it as it is, 4 is my ceiling. If you can get draft capital out of those 2 guys, 6, maybe 7, but right now I'm keeping it at 4.
Yep, 4 is the way to go, man. I think 4, 6 is the highest. 4 is what's actually gonna happen.
Right. There's hopeful at 6, and then there's realistic at 4. I feel.
I want to do this again in the middle of the season and just see how far we got.
Yeah. We'll bring back the
2 wins in. 2 wins in.
We're gonna come back. It's gonna be week 9, and the Bears are gonna be 1-8.
Are you guys going to be doing a weekly show every week for the NFL season?
Yes. That's the plan.
When we go live on Thursdays.
I would like to be a part of that if you would have me. I would like to be a part of that if you would have me.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
I am down for that. Talking shit all day.
So, gentlemen, before I let Chaz plug everywhere where he's at, do we have anything else as far as the Bears, football? Oh, we didn't really talk about this, and we can. Calvin Ridley. Do we want to go into that?
Repeat rosed it like a boss. 1,500.
So there's levels to this for me, and I don't know how to feel one way or the other. This is Calvin Ridley, who took time off from football for mental health, which obviously, like Hector and I came out in clear support of that, right? Because your mental health, your family comes first always.
Yeah.
And then he gets caught. First of all, dumbass, using your own fucking name to make the bets. Come on. Betting on your fucking team. Come on. Now he wasn't with the team, and reports say that it didn't use insider information or anything.
And he was betting on them to win.
Right. But should we not give slack for the mental health excuse? Like, are these two things two separate things, or are they the same thing and there is a problem? I guess is to be blunt about it.
I remember, Zach, I have said it before. I said I think he was abusing the mental health shit. There was no reason. There was nothing leading up to why he just took this break, besides the fact that the amount of pressure of being a number one receiver, he couldn't handle.
Right.
So he had a mental breakdown and had the rest of the season off. And decided to go hang out and bet on games.
Who makes millions of dollars and bets $1,500?
It doesn't make sense, man. None of it makes sense.
If you know you're gonna get caught, go big, bro. Go big. I'm putting my house on it.
You guys, maybe he was in trouble, guys. Maybe something else has to be afoot for this, man. Because why doesn't he do this? Like, let's be honest. You know, NFL players probably give their cousins money, but yo, go bet on this game real quick.
Bet.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh
like,
my god, of course.
You know, but he did
it's
it himself.
A free fantasy league, yeah, my dick.
I think there's something else afoot. I think unless he has no money left.
This has very Jordan retiring from the NBA the first time vibes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, with all the conspiracy around that, and did he get kicked out because he was game? Like, it very much has those vibes to me. Like, this is just fucking weird. Like, yes, we can make the jokes and we can, and we're gonna fucking make fun of him because you earned this. But it's weird. $1,500 and you make a couple million, right?
Yep.
I'm telling you right now, P. Rose is just looking over like, you fucking amateur.
Oh, you fucking idiot.
God, you're right. Did you learn nothing?
And you know what? There's people saying he's never gonna play in the NFL again. They're gonna make him as a thing. He's an idiot because nobody has been caught in the NFL like in a long time, and he's gonna be the staple.
You don't hear about it about NFL players doing like baseball. Yeah, but.
Right, because they're fucking smart. And like Chaz says, they give their cousin money, and the cousin uses a fake name under the brother or sister's aunt's dog.
Yeah, for real, dude. It's like they never get caught. But it's like, there has to be something else afoot, man. Something else had to happen. But also, there's a lot of temptation out there, man. You get ads all day to bet all the time. He might have been fucking high, or he just might have been freaking super smacked. Like, oh, you know what? Just throw some fucking money. Ain't nobody gonna fucking say nothing about this cheap ass bet.
Right. It was supposed to be $15.
Does anybody know how he exactly got caught? Who caught him? Like, did the NFL get notified?
So my thought process, since he used like his own name and his own account, he probably used like the MGM Bet app or FanDuel or whatever, you know what I mean? And they were like,
Calvin Ridley. How many Calvin Ridleys in the world? How many Calvin Ridleys?
But no, to my knowledge, it hasn't like come out exactly how. But from my understanding, he didn't exactly try and hide it either. You know what I mean? It's not like he went to some.
So it says right here, the NFL released a statement this Monday announcing his suspension. He gambled on games over a 5-day stretch in November.
When he was sitting home,
and he stepped away. So he gambled.
Yeah.
He gambled on a 5-day stretch in November while he stepped away from football on Halloween
in October. Right.
So literally, not 3 weeks later, within a 3-week span, you're getting caught.
This is weird to me.
It's weird.
And I also checked his Twitter today. He stopped tweeting on October 31st, and now just like 3 days ago restarted.
Yep, and he's talking shit now. He's talking shit about the NFL.
Yeah,
I think he's done, man. I think he's gonna be done. I think his career's over. He's gonna be the Pete Rose now.
Unfortunately, I agree, and it's funny because he was being linked to the Jets. There's a lot of people out there that would have wanted to see the Jets trade for him, and
that would have been nice. The NFL learned of his betting activities through a relationship within legal sports betting industries. So someone
Mark
snitched
Cuban-
on him.
So I was right.
Someone snitched on him.
DM betting app or some shit like a fucking jackass. Probably made his username Calvin from the Falcons.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
No, someone else got suspended in the NFL for gambling not just 3 years ago, 2019.
Really? Never heard of it though.
Josh Shaw.
Who?
I wish I had one of those stream decks that allowed me to play sounds because I would have played that DJ Khaled. Congratulations,
you played yourself.
So NFL player suspended for gambling: 1963 Alex Karras, 1963 Paul Hornan, 1983 Art Schlitzer, 2019 Josh Shaw, and now Ridley.
I bet you refs bet on games. I would.
100%.
I would.
That's why I think some of the games are rigged, man. Sometimes.
I would bet the over on flags every fucking time and just be hauling shit. You can catch an offensive lineman for holding every play. So I'm just if I'm betting the over for flags, I'm just calling it on the center every play because you know that fucker is. Oh shit. But anyway, guys, Chaz, before we go, let them all know where to find you, what you do, all the good shit.
All right, guys. So to make it simple, you see my name is It's Just Chaz. Follow me everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Twitter, TikTok. I got everything. You can follow me everywhere. And if you want, you go on my YouTube page. I have a link tree and has everything there. So support and follow these guys. Give them a follow. I'll be posting them on my side. So thank you guys. I appreciate all the love today.
Hell yeah! Finally got Chaz on.
Yes.
We appreciate you coming on again, man.
After I bitched about it. You don't love me. You don't love me.
I'm gonna release the personal DMs that we get from Chaz. Every time we're on Chaz just like in the third person goes, when can Chaz get on?
You guys don't love me.
Yeah. Would you want the freaking Australian to be on here? Hey, Crocky. I gotta get on here to talk about sports.
That's actually a pretty good Australian accent. But yeah, guys, definitely go check Chaz out. Wherever, like he said, It's Just Chaz, wherever you can Google him, Chuck. Same
and
thing with
unsubscribe from Moda.
Yeah. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can find us breaking down the tape. All your major podcasting platforms. I know I made a post about it a while ago, but we are on Audible now. We are on Amazon Music. I've been putting in the work when I can't.
Man, you guys are doing work right now. That's good.
Trying to. But wherever you can find us, guys, breaking down the tape, definitely show some love. Check out the merch. Check out all the good shit. And then finally, I've been alluding to it. I don't know if you guys have listened to the episodes. I've been given my own way to do what I'm about to do next. But Hector, hit him with it.
I said what I said. Stay tuned next week. We got my buddy Big Zoe coming in for another interview. Talk some baseball, some more lockout stuff. And it's good to be back.
Yeah, I'll be back.